Well, it's time to get a bite on the Texas bucket list, and this week we are in the mood for steak. Fortunately, we're in Avinger with one incredible steakhouse here called the 5D Cattle Company. Come on. In the far northeastern corner of the Lone Star State, hidden amongst the tall trees of Texas, you'll find Avinger.
You pretty much got to be coming here to get here.
But this tiny town in the Arklatex is able to bring in hundreds of hungry Texans, thanks to one popular place to get the perfect cut of meat.
Whenever you say Avinger, the first thing you think of is, oh, isn't there a steakhouse here?
It's kind of neat that in a little town like this, you can find this restaurant.
We only have a stoplight and a gas station and a bank.
And a steakhouse.
And a steakhouse.
Darlene Jacobs is the owner of the 5D Cattle Company Steakhouse and Meat Market.
I'm married to 5D. That's my wedding band, right?
Turns out this matrimony to meat might have been an arranged affair, considering Darlene's parents, Doug and Damaris Jacobs, started this beef business back in 1997.
Their vision was amazing. Everybody for 100 miles, because my mom and dad knew a lot of people, said, "You're crazy. What are you doing? Why are you doing that in Avinger?" Because that's home.
Being in the cattle business helped too.
He was a rancher and worked at the steel mill, and he is not somebody that pretends to be that rancher. He is the real deal. He's my hero.
Doug cooked up this idea thinking the 5D would raise the beef it served, but the place's popularity made that a bit of a problem.
He had a small herd, and he really wasn't expecting as much volume as they received immediately. He thought that it might go through a week or two like that, but it stayed that way.
Now, you come in here on even a weeknight, every table will be full. You know, in a little town of 444 people.
On a Saturday night, we will serve approximately 650 people.
The town and plus some.
A few people from town, mostly out-of-towners.
It's just one of those good places to eat.
If this place wasn't here, I'd be worried that Avinger might not exist.
Like last Saturday night, there wasn't a parking place for 2 blocks in either direction. That puts you almost out of town on both sides.
So what makes the steaks in Avinger a cut above the rest?
Hand cutting, aging, in-house, making sure that that quality steak is what it hits the plate.
Well, I don't want to go whole. I want to go big. How many ounces is this thing, do we know?
We'd like to feature the porterhouse.
Okay, a big one.
Yes, just absolutely. Let's go for the shock and awe.
Yeah.
I like that.
We're here with Jacob.
Jacob, my son.
With 6 generations of Lone Star State lineage, Darlene likes keeping things in the family.
All 3 of my children have done time working here. It's a requirement to carry the name. We've got the porterhouse here tonight. We've hand cut, we've aged it here, hand cut it, and Chris is gonna get it seasoned with our special seasonings, and we're gonna get it grilled to a medium rare. Jacob's gonna take it to that perfect doneness.
Okay, I can definitely tell these are not what's labeled. There's some different things in there.
Lots of different things that we're gonna make sure that this seasoning, and a lot of folks will take a steak, and to my opinion, they're afraid to season it. But in our opinion, we take a good cut of meat, age it correctly, cut it correctly, and season it correctly.
That looks and smells amazing right now.
And we hope it comes out exactly like it's supposed to.
Oh, man.
I have a lot of folks that go, I go home and I want to cook my steak on my grill, but the funny thing is it just never comes out the same. I said, well, you know, that is a little bit of the point of us having a commercial kitchen and grill masters and people that have been doing that for 25 years.
Not only do you have the tools, you have the experience.
That's exactly right.
The flames lick the steak just right. And after several minutes of sizzling on each side, the steak gets plated up with a side of cowboy potatoes.
These cowboy potatoes are a diced up potato with the skin left on. They're sauteed in a lot of butter, garlic, bacon, onion. Who could ask for better than that?
Oh, say butter for me one more time.
Butter.
Yeah.
Butter. Butter. Is that a little Texan for you?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. If you've ever watched the show, you know I like medium rare. Oh, baby. Perfect. After one bite, there's only one way to explain the flavor. And one more for good measure. Yeah, that's about right.
If you're a foodie, it's the best steak in the world.
Whew, it is a fine night on the Texas bucket list.
They put out an exceptional slab of beef.
I mean, the tenderness of that steak is what sets it apart. It just rolls around and goes down.
We've never had a bad steak. If we had a bad steak, we wouldn't keep coming.
I wasn't sure if I could finish a 24-ounce steak, but I think I can now.
There's nothing that touches this steak.
Well, if you're looking for a fine steak in the far northeastern corner of our state, Coming to Avinger for the porterhouse, or for that matter, any steak, is well worth a stop on the Texas bucket list.
It's the best steakhouse west of anywhere.
If you like the country and good hospitality, people won't judge you or anything, you just come right here.
Texas is about eating a good steak, and not only going to get a good steak here, you'll get a great steak here.
I'd rather be here than anywhere else in Texas.